Hey guys, this is part 2 of the resiliency video. My name is Paris Brazel and I'm a graduate intern at Beachbrook and also a licensed social worker. So I just wanted to kind of piggyback off of Miss Hannah's video where she talked about resiliency, being mindful and acknowledging when we're having burnout or maybe feeling depleted and some of those skills. And we wanted to kind of put it into practice for an activity called a vision board. And so the great thing about a vision board is that it is super unique to yourself and personal, and so you can definitely utilize some of the things that Miss Hannah and I talk about, but you also can make it personal to things that work for you. And so what a vision board is it is a visual representation of what you want for the year. And it can be some short-term goals, like something that you want to start tomorrow, maybe you don't want for the rest of your life, or it can be long-term goals where you're kind of working up little baby steps to have something accomplished within the next couple years. And so it's really flexible and you can kind of make it your own, which is really great. So before we start actually showing examples of how to make a vision board, there should be a link to a tip sheet that kind of walks you through some thought processes to have before you create it. And so I'm going to briefly go through that with you on video, and then if you decide to make this yourself, you can go back and click the link and take as much time as you need. So I'm going to kind of challenge you guys, ask you to kind of dig deep and think about a couple questions from the last year. And like I said, when you do this on your own, you'll have much more time to really assess and think through these questions. But the first question is, what did you accomplish this year? And so, we had a pretty hard year, to say the least, and it can be really easy to kind of be blind to our accomplishments. So I want to really challenge you to think through the year and, pat yourself on the back for what you did do, right? And, we're all just kind of surviving right now. And so what did you get done that you feel pretty good about? I want you to think about that. Next part is kind of thinking through, what did you do different this year? And, what was the outcome of that? Was it good? Was it bad? And this is a good way to assess what's working for you and what is not working for you. And that can be really helpful when you're kind of planning out your goals for the new year. And then lastly, this one, it's kind of similar to the first one, but what are you proud of? And so, sometimes we can acknowledge that we accomplished something, but we don't take the time to actually take pride in that, to be proud of what we've done. And so I want you to think through, your relationships, maybe what you've done at school or on a sports team, or maybe just your own personal goals, and take pride in that and kind of jot some of those things down. And so once you have that list, now it's time to kind of say, what do you envision for 2021? When you look at what went right and what went wrong, what can you do to make those into goals for the new year? And so that's kind of the planning process. And like I said, you can go back and refer to that tip sheet. So I'm going to show you 2 examples of what a vision board looks like. So I'm going to share my screen. And so the first thing right here, this is from a teenager. We worked on this together. She gave me permission to show her work. And this is her vision board. And so you can kind of get an idea of how she used pictures and she used words to kind of motivate herself. And so you can see this girl doing yoga and kind of meditating. She said that she really wanted to make that a goal, to start her day that way. She talked about really wanting to, be a strong woman and use her, to really feel empowered. And so she chose this picture of these 3 women. She said that she felt like they kind of embodied that for her. She has a piggy bank because she just got a new job and she really wanted to make smart saving choices. And then she just has some other pictures and words that kind of will motivate her throughout the day. So this is one way that you can do this. She cut out magazines and then glued them, and she put these cute little flowers on it to kind of decorate it, but you can glue them and put them on a poster board. And so that is one way to do it. She hung it in her room so that when she would wake up in the morning, she would see it every day. Now, another way that you can do it is by using Google Slides. And so I'm going to show you mine. Put it in full view so you can see it. So this is my vision board right here, and all I did was I got on Google Slides, which I'm guessing a lot of you are familiar with for school. You probably use it. And I just used Google Images and kind of found some clip art and just copy and pasted it and put it on my vision board. And so at the end, I'll kind of show you how you can print that if you want it in a hard copy. But I'm kind of just talking about some of my goals for the year. This one over here is to journal. I think that is a good way for me of, being mindful and just kind of jotting down my thoughts at the end of the day. It's kind of can be helpful sometimes to have all the words that are going on in your head and put them on paper. And so that is one of my goals. Another one I decided to put was the word peace. Especially after a year as crazy as this, I just really want to kind of strive to find peace even when there's chaos around us. And so I put that as a reminder. Down here, you can see it's kind of a picture. It's supposed to be a picture that represents a community. I'm going to be moving within the next couple of months. And so I really want to be intentional about, getting plugged into my community. It's so important to have those social supports that we talk about. And so, having connection with other people and also maybe serving in my community because that is something that, brings me joy. And so have that as a reminder. Up here, you can see this phone. It has a no symbol on it, and it's next to a picture of the morning. And that is because I really want to work on not grabbing my phone as soon as I wake up in the morning. I think that can kind of spike some anxiety in me. I think that, it would be good for me to kind of just wake up, allow myself to wake up, and kind of take a breath before I start my day. And then in this bottom corner, you can see this sleeping mask. My sleeping pattern has kind of gotten out of whack, and so I really want to try to use some of the healthy sleeping habits that I know to kind of better that, by either, going to bed and turning off my phone at a certain time, having a consistent time that I go to sleep and wake up in the morning, all of those kind of things to kind of help me with that. And then lastly, you can see the center picture of these two girls talking on the phone. It's kind of a reminder to me to, reach out to my social support. Sometimes it can be really easy to want to do things on our own, to push down our feelings, or maybe you're the person that you feel like you're always helping everyone around you. And so for me, I really just wanted to remind myself, it's okay to reach out to my safe people, the people that I trust, if I need something. And so that is my vision board. You can see how this was very personal to me. And so your vision board isn't going to look like this. It might look different. You might choose to do all words. You might choose to do all pictures. You might choose to just write it on a piece of paper. And so you can do it however works best for you. 1 second, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So I hope that was helpful, that you guys kind of got a visual of how to make it in the process of making a vision board. I really encourage everyone to, take the time to do that and to kind of plan out your year because, you deserve that. And it's a good way to, utilize some of those coping skills throughout your day. So I hope you guys have an awesome weekend and thanks for listening.